Guilt is a heavy emotion that can weigh us down and hold us back from happiness. While guilt can sometimes serve a purpose, like helping us make better choices, it often lingers far longer than it should. Many people struggle with guilt even when they have done nothing wrong. If you feel like guilt is controlling your life, it is time to break free. Today, let's explore why guilt is a learned emotional response, and then 5 ways to stop feeling guilty so you can live with more peace and confidence. Let's look at guilt as a learned emotional response. Most guilt does not come from real wrongdoing. It comes from childhood patterns. As children, we rely on parents and caregivers for love and safety. To keep that connection, we learn behaviours that make them happy. For some children, saying no or disagreeing brings disapproval. If a child feels rejection when they express their needs, they learn to stay quiet. Over time, this fear of upsetting others turns into guilt. They believe putting their needs first is selfish. This pattern follows many people into adulthood. They feel guilty when they set boundaries or even take care of themselves. But guilt in these moments is not proof of wrongdoing, it's only proof of an old habit. The good news is habits can of course change. Now let's go through 5 steps to stop feeling guilty. Firstly, understand where guilt comes from. Before you can let go of guilt, you need to understand it. Ask yourself a few key questions. What exactly do I feel guilty about? Am I really responsible for this? Or am I taking on blame that's simply not mine? Is this guilt helping me grow, or is it keeping me stuck? Some guilt is useful because it teaches us to be better, but unhealthy guilt serves no purpose whatsoever. If you're feeling guilty for something beyond your control, it is time to let it go. Secondly, challenge your thoughts. Guilt often comes from distorted thinking. You might believe you are responsible for things outside of your control, or you might feel like one mistake defines your whole character. When guilt appears, challenge it. Ask yourself, does this thought really feel true? Instead of saying, I failed as a friend because I forgot their birthday, try saying, I made a mistake, but I can still be a good friend in other ways. Journaling is a great way to catch guilty thoughts and reframe them. Over time, this helps break the cycle of negative thinking. Thirdly, practice self-forgiveness. Many people forgive others easily, but struggle to forgive themselves. If you're holding on to guilt for past mistakes, remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes, everyone makes errors. Self-forgiveness does not mean ignoring mistakes, it means learning from them and moving forward. A helpful exercise is writing yourself a letter of apology. In the letter, acknowledge what happened, express regret, and remind yourself that you deserve compassion too. Another way to practice self-forgiveness is to imagine a friend making the same mistake. Would you judge them harshly? Probably not. You would encourage them to learn and move forward. Offer yourself this same kindness. Fourthly, make amends if necessary. If guilt is linked to an action that hurts someone else, make amends can help you let go. A sincere apology can repair trust and bring closure. But remember, apologizing does not guarantee forgiveness. You cannot control how others respond. The goal is to take responsibility for your actions, not to force an outcome. If direct amends are not possible, do something positive to restore balance. Help others practice kindness or commit to making better choices for yourself in the future. Finally, set healthy boundaries. Many people feel guilty for things that's not their fault. If you say yes when you mean no, or take responsibility for other people's happiness, Guilt may be controlling you. Setting boundaries is not selfish. It is necessary. Ask yourself, am I feeling guilty because I truly did something wrong, or because I'm afraid of disappointing someone? Is this guilt coming from an unrealistic expectations? What would a healthy response look like? When you communicate boundaries, do it with confidence. For example, if a friend expects too much of you, you can say, I care about you, but I also need time for myself. Clear boundaries teach others to respect your needs and help you feel less guilt. Guilt, after all, is a normal emotion, but it should not control your life. Understanding where guilt comes from, challenging negative thoughts, practicing self-forgiveness, making amends when needed, and setting healthy boundaries can help you let go of unnecessary guilt. Letting go of guilt does not mean ignoring responsibility. It means learning from mistakes, growing as a person, and giving yourself the same kindness you offer to others. If guilt has been holding you back, start practicing these steps today. Treat guilt as your friend, learning and letting you know that guilt is a habit learned from childhood. Over time, you will build a healthier, more balanced mindset. You deserve to live with peace, confidence, and self-acceptance. If you would like help with your unhealthy guilt, visit my website and book a free discovery call, and let's see what's possible.